Story tonight, the Spokane man convicted of a 1994 murder learned his fate today. Kevin Boot, who was 17 at the time of the murder, was back in court today in an attempt to have his sentence reduced. Mark's over on the other side of the studio right now to break down what happened. Mark.
Yeah, good evening, Whitney. Today, the judge resentenced Kevin Boot to 32 years to life in prison, and that means with credit for time served, he could be eligible for parole in a couple of years. Judge Raymond Clary saying today that these types of cases are the hardest that he has encountered during his time on the bench. So take a listen as he issued the sentence.
This court finds that Mr. Boot's crimes reflect the mitigating qualities of youth and imposes a mitigated sentence of 32 years to life.
Here's how we got here. Back in 1994, when Boot was 17, he was convicted of robbing and killing a 22-year-old named Felicia Reese. He was sentenced to life without parole. Then in 2012, a U.S. Supreme Court ruling determined that a juvenile could not be sentenced to life without parole. 5 years later, in 2017, a Spokane County judge resentenced Boot to 50 years with credit for time served. But the Court of Appeals ruled that that sentence amounted to the same thing as life in prison. That brought us to today's hearing. Before handing down his decision, Judge Clary explained his sentencing was guided by numerous factors, including the crime itself, the original sentence, evolving case law, and mitigating factors. Whether Boot's age and mindset at the time of the crime played a role, and whether he has shown remorse and taken steps to rehabilitate himself while incarcerated.
Mr. Boot, I wish you well. I don't have the family of Ms. Reese here to express my empathy and sadness for their ongoing loss. But there's no question that these cases are the hardest cases that I've ever encountered to have to work through and render a decision.
For their part, Felicia Reese's family was not in court today, but the judge read a statement written by Felicia's mom from a previous hearing where she opposed any resentencing that reduced his time behind bars, saying that her soul aches every single day since her daughter's murder.